everybody? Welcome to this daily wisdom. I'm here to help you to be able to unlock your inner warrior, give you some personal growth tips so you can expand in your business and in your life. Today, we're going to be talking about why you need to change your thinking to achieve your dreams and how to shift your mind. So, if that sounds interesting to you, like this, share this, and also subscribe to my YouTube. By the way, put this and a ton of other stuff there as well too. And I'd love to know. Comment below where you're coming in from. And I like to read through all of our comments and everything. But mindset is everything. They say that your attitude determines your altitude. They say that mindset is 95% of the deal and 5% is action. Like we've all heard these things before, but I wonder if we know how important it is and more importantly, how to actually shift it, right? If you've ever heard those sayings that mindset is everything, put a one in the comments below as well too. Like it's easier said than done though, isn't it? And there was a time in my life, as especially when you go through a traumatic experience. I don't know if you've ever lost yourself before, if you've ever gone through a big failure, a big flop, and it damages your self-image, right? It damages your perception, it damages your attitude. And especially in those times, how do you shift your mind? How do you get your mind to where it needs to be so that your body and your business can move in the direction that you want it to be as well too? Well, it comes down to understanding. You see, there's a saying that if you know the truth, then the truth will set you free. And when I say truth, what I mean is not the things. Let's talk about the mind real quick. The mind has two portions to it. Fascinating. There's a conscious mind. The conscious mind, in fact, if you do a study of your brain, did you know if you hook up those electrodes to your brain and everything, you can actually see that when you're thinking logically, when you're thinking and you're reasoning through things, there's certain parts in your brain that flash. It's usually your prefrontal cortex, actually. So there's a part of your mind that's the conscious mind. The conscious mind is the thing that you're using right now. It's a thing that you're using as you're listening to this. It's when you're sorting out thoughts, you're deciphering with what to take in, what to not take in. It's you thinking as you're watching this, maybe you're eating your breakfast, maybe you're driving around. It's a part where you're able to think through things logically, right? And it's a beautiful, beautiful part of our mind. It's what makes us different from the animal kingdom. We have a cute dog. Have you ever seen our dog? It's a 6-pound Maltese named Coco. And many times we try to attribute, I don't know if you do this as pet owners, if you attribute human characteristics to your pets, right? And we'll look at Coco and be like, oh, Coco, she looks like she's thinking about something. She looks like she's thinking about what to do next. She looks like she's kind of sad. And while that sounds nice, the reality is dogs don't think. Sorry to burst your bubble. Animals don't think. They don't have a conscious mind. However, we have been given this beautiful mind. We've been made in the image of God, my belief is, and God is a thinking person, right? He's a thinking mind. So we have a conscious mind. But when we talk about truth, we don't get in life what we think about. We get in life what we believe about. So belief is a different part of the mind. Belief is not what you consciously think about yourself. So you could be thinking in your business, I'm successful. You could be doing affirmations all day. I'm so successful. I'm wealthy. I'm crushing it. I hit my next promotion. And you can be intentional about what you want to do. But if you've lived life at all, I'm sure you're like me, where you've had a really good intention of a goal, and yet we still don't go there. And yet there's other people you see out there, they set an intention. It seems like everything they put their mind to, they get done. Have you seen that? It's like, what? What's going on? It's because it's not what we consciously think about that is going to change your life. It's what we subconsciously believe. Now, the subconscious is interesting. And we have to understand these things because if you want to shift your mind, you have to understand what's going on. All right. Most of us have never been taught how your mind works. But your mind is beautiful. Did you know you think 60,000 thoughts a day? 60. Now, women think a little bit more. Women, I think, because they're smarter. To be honest, I will be the first to admit that with my wife, and I see that. Men might think less. I don't know. But did you know that 95% of your thoughts are subconscious? The subconscious is the area in your mind that houses and it stores, it's like programming. It's like the memory bank. And you have subconscious programs in each of the areas of your life. Easy example is this. Have you ever been driving a car? You start to daydream, and then you wake up from that dream and you're like, I'm at my destination. Put a me in below if that's ever happened to you. You're like, how did I get here? Did I run over anyone all the way? It's like, oh my gosh. It's because your subconscious is already used to that route. You already know how to drive. So it just kicks in like automatically. Your subconscious, we call these paradigms. These are subconsciously held beliefs about each area of your life. Just like I'm down here in San Diego right now at my parents' place as we're waiting. We're about to move into a new place. And we have a thermostat. At nighttime here, the thermostat was set up. I would be waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning because the thermostat kicked in and got super hot in our room. And every single night, it would get hotter in that room. Because the thermostat, when the temperature drops to a certain place, the thermostat kicks in and it adds the heat. Did you know that in your life, in your business, in your money, in your relationships, and everything, there's a thermostat for the results that you're getting in that place. So if you want to change your results, we can't just change what we're consciously thinking about. I believe each and every single one of us, if you're listening to this right now, there's a reason you're listening to this because you have an intention to get better in life. You know you have more potential in you, don't you? You know you have the inner warrior in you, don't you? You know you're meant to be here for something more. You know you're meant here to do something more. So you're listening to this. But if you want to actually transform your results, if you want to actually hit and crush your goals, then we have to get out of the want and we then have to change the programming. We have to change the paradigm. We have to change the habits that we believe. How do you change the habits, you might ask? Well, there are systems in place that you can do. I hope this is interesting to you because if you can understand these concepts and you can understand how to transform this, everything in your life is going to change. So, it's understanding that your mind is programmed by a couple ways. Number one, repetition. Repetition. It's the only way that we can learn anything. Maybe some of you play an instrument. I played piano. Yeah, I'm super Asian. What's up? So I played piano. If you ever played any instrument, you see it's a lot of repetition. Your mind is trained the same way. So for sake of example, here's the challenge. If you want to get different results in your business, first thing, accept a major goal, accept a huge goal, accept something that you're dreaming about. Most people don't even reprogram their mind because they're not even thinking about something that they want. So you want to reprogram your mind with what you want. Question, do you have something in your mind that you absolutely want right now? Do you have an idea of what success looks like and feels like to you? Some of us have not dreamed about that for long enough, and we're wondering, why do my results never change? Because we're scared to dream. The biggest issue in life, Les Brown says, is not that we aim too high and that we miss. It's because we aim too low and we hit. So I want to challenge you today. Some of us have not dreamed for a long time. You've been through pain. You've been through letdown. You've set goals before and they didn't work. I've been there. I'm like, I don't know if this goal thing works. There was a time in my life I thought goals were just straight BS and all the rich people do them and I wasn't one of those. That's a lie. Henry Ford said, whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. Be careful on how we think. Be careful on what we say. Be very mindful of these things. I want to challenge you to think about what you think about. You know, most of us don't think. Just watch what we say every day to others. Watch what we say to ourselves. We're our own worst critics, aren't we? Can you imagine our mind had a way to have a loudspeaker? And can you imagine this loudspeaker literally just said out loud to the world all the time what we actually said to ourselves? Question, who here would be horrified by what that loudspeaker is actually sharing. Man. So be mindful of these things because your thoughts have a huge impact on what we do in our life. So you have to be careful about this. So how do we start to reprogram it? Start with something you really, really want. Start with something you're dreaming about. Start with something that you are fantasizing about and accept that. What would success look like to you in your business? What would impact look like in your life? What would you feel? What would you earn? Who would you be with? Where would you be? How would you be? Really start to jot that down and really start to repeat that as if you're already there over and over and over and over and over again. And you know what happens is at first it's going to seem absolutely crazy. Everything in your body is going to be, it's impossible. I can't do it. Why am I even thinking this? This is silly. But don't worry. You're in the process of reprogramming your mind. And what happens is one day it clicks. And one day your conscious thought goes into your subconscious program and it accepts this as a new belief. And I'm glad this is helping. And you wake up and one day, you know what happens? You have a different type of emotion. You have a different type of feeling. You're fired up. You're emotional. You're excited. You believe that you can. I'm pretty sure it's a little logical here that you can never achieve what you don't believe is possible, right? Anyone that's achieved anything in their life, in their business, they believed that they could before that they did. So keep on believing the big dream. Keep on believing the big thought. And one day you wake up and it reprograms. And what happens is you get different emotions. What happens is you get different thoughts. What happens is you see opportunities differently and you start to get inspired hunches. And our job is we just simply act on those inspired hunches. This conversation we're doing today was an inspired hunch. I'll just share with it as we're ending this, right? We have goals in our life, right? We want to scale our business to the next level. We want to scale our impact to the next level. So in the end of 2022, I was imagining what would it be like to have an international impact? What would it be like to be the number one resource to help guide people and help them empower them? And all of a sudden I started to think about this. And then it clicked one day. I'm like, I think I should go on YouTube. I think I should go on all of these different social media platforms. Like, that sounds crazy. I've never done it before. This, I don't know if people would even watch, but whatever. Our job is just to obey, right? I believe God has a unique design and call for each and every single one of us. He gives the ideas. Our job is to obey. He just starts taking step after step after step after step. And what? This is 90 days in. I've been going live almost every single day, 3 to 4 times a week. And you know what's starting to happen? Now it's starting to expand. Now people are starting to click. Now we're starting to see this really land. Now we're starting to see the scale. Now we're starting to see where this is going. And I'm honored because with you watching this, whether live or on replay, we're now in this journey together. And in this daily wisdom portion, my commitment to you is to help you unlock that inner warrior. Because I believe that each and every single one of us are meant to be here not only just for you. I believe each and every single one of you are meant to be here for others. And if we can help you lead an inspiring life to transform yourself, then in your businesses, in your lives, in the places that you need to show up, you're going to be able to be that person to transform someone else's life. So those are just some ideas on how to shift your mind. So I hope this helped. If it did, like this, share this, subscribe to my YouTube, be a great honor. And if you're interested in more about the Warrior Movement, we help people build a phone-based business in the health and wellness sector. And we train and coach people to really develop themselves so they can show up powerfully in their business, because your business is a reflection of just who you are. If you're interested in that, then fill out, there's a form called Work With Me. And I'd love to chat with you, love to talk about going on. In fact, later tonight, we have a live call and we'd love to have you on that as well too. But with that, continue to come on here. I promise you, you stick with us here, you're going to transform and we're going to transform together. All right, everybody. On that, God bless you. Thanks so much. Warriors out.